Hey, welcome back to another update of AI Assist. So first up, I wanted to quickly mention a way to get notified about any of the updates. So if you go to GitLab, Incubation Engine, AI Assist, and then Meta, and click on the bell icon, and you select new releases, the rest don't bother. You will receive a notification when I make a new release, and that release will include the highlights of that update as well as a link to the video. The other way that you can get updated is in Incubation Engineering channel on Slack. I will post whenever I have an update. Other SEGs are doing the same thing, so that's a great way to stay updated. So on to what I want to discuss as an update. So I've done quite a bit of research on vulnerabilities and where they originate, and I try to encapsulate that, to be more specific, vulnerabilities in Docker files or images. And I wanted to create something that is capable of finding vulnerabilities in the Docker file before it's actually even built. So preventing even building a vulnerable image. I've come up with 11 rules at the moment, and that seems to work quite well. I'm pretty sure it's not complete, and some of them are not really all that important, I would say. They're like the naming convention. It's good to have it because then it will be also easy to recognize the Docker file. And others are a bit more important, like running as the least privileged user, as well as not passing in sensitive build arcs that get stored in the history, as well as not copying in sensitive information, which is dynamic. So if you do a copy dot, it will actually look in the context, see which files are ignored by the Docker ignore, and then copy that over. Same for Docker ignore files. It's actively being checked if they are present. Probably the most interesting rule for now is following the correct order to optimize caching. That one has not been implemented yet because I still need to do research on a bunch of Docker files in order to find out what the correct order for caching is. Just a quick demonstration. If I run it on a faulty Docker file, which I know that will trigger a lot of rules, you can actually see that it is giving us a bunch of errors like this one. Use Docker ignore because I'm not using that in this context. Verify that no credentials, as well as just basically invalid, having not a command or entry point as the last one. I hope this is going to be a useful explanation, but I haven't introduced a flag yet, so I'm just quickly changing it and running it again. And if you run it like that, then you actually get the doc strings of the functions or the rules, and they get printed out. It's not super readable right now. That's something that I still want to improve. So I want to make this clickable. It should already be clickable, but for some reason it isn't. Add colors, etc. But that's the analyzer. I think it's pretty close to release. That's also what's next. Next is my holiday and some PTO, some public holidays and PTO. After that, I will wrap up the analyzer so it's ready for release, and I will also make it available inside of the pipeline. So first step would be to just have it available in the pipeline. So you would just do a Docker file analyzer just to scan your Docker file. If that's okay, then we build it and follow the rest of your pipeline. I also explored the GitHub API to find Docker files, but that's limited to projects only. So if someone has an idea on how to get like 10 or 20,000 Docker files, please let me know. I probably will result into just scraping it either from GitHub or Docker registry, Docker Hub, depending on if they allow it. I know GitHub does allow it, so that would work. But if we can just get a bunch of Docker files from GitLab, that would prefer that because it just saves a bunch of hassle. So that's it. If you have any questions, thoughts, let me know, either in the Slack channel or leave a comment on this video. Thank you. Bye-bye.